Here is the Mazda 3 in real numbers. This will depreciate this vehicle by 48% after 5 years and have a 5-year resale value of $11,500. The Mazda 3 does reasonably well holding its value in a very competitive segment. However, after 7 years, it falls considerably and is outpaced by many of its peers. With such, the 3 is hard to recommend simply from a value standpoint as it does not age well. Perhaps you'd be better off considering a Honda or Toyota when looking in this vehicle class. This chart here shows the expected depreciation on a Mazda 3 for the next 10 years. These results are for vehicles in good condition, averaging 12,000 miles per year, assuming a selling price of $22,300 when new. So if you are deciding between new and used, what's the best route? If you purchase a used Mazda 3 that's 2 years old, then you could save $5,000 compared to buying new and still have a relatively new model with plenty of useful life remaining. If you plan on keeping your Mazda 3 for 3 years, then your total cost of depreciation would be $5,700. As far as the best model years to buy a Mazda 3 as of this recording, the 2020 is the top pick for model year value. With the 2020, you would only pay, on average, 84% of the price as new, with 92% of the vehicle's useful life remaining. The 2016 and 19 model years are also attractive, providing a relatively good value, and that value is based on a number of factors, including its price as new, current price, maintenance costs, and remaining years of overall predictable expenses. Insurance is pretty reasonable on a Mazda 3. The average cost per year is around $1,400 or $7,100 after 5 years of ownership, and those numbers are estimates based on national averages for a 40-year-old with full coverage, good driving record, and good credit. Moving on to maintenance and repair costs, it'll amount to about $1,400 in 5 years. Not bad. These expenses include scheduled maintenance, normal wear and tear items, and expected repairs. These estimates exclude any free warranty work that may be performed on your vehicle. Financing now. The average cost of finance a new Mazda 3 would be $2,600 after 5 years, assuming a 72-month loan with an APR of 4.75% and a 20% down payment if you were to go that route. I have reviewed the Mazda 3 a number of times over the years. If you are serious about one, whether it's new or used, and you want to get a quote, free quote from a qualified dealer in your area, check out quotes.everymandriver.com. It's a free service. Check it out, quotes.everymandriver.com.
So this is the 2021 Mazda 3 Turbo with the Premium Plus package and all-wheel drive. This sedan is available in 3 trim levels that coincide with the choice of engine. You've got the 2.0, 2.5S, and 2.5 Turbo, and the mid-grade 2.5S trim is eligible for all-wheel drive, while a Turbo has it as standard equipment. Good for us. Both of these models are also eligible for optional packages. You can also get the Mazda 3 in a hatchback style. There have been some important changes made to the Mazda 3 sedan for the 2021 model year. First, the preferred trim, which sits in the middle of the pack, gets a power sunroof as standard equipment. At the same time, though, it loses its navigation and Sirius XM satellite radio. Boo-hoo. To get these features and the sunroof, you have to move up to the premium package. Now, Mazda has put in some new engine choices for the Mazda 3. The base model gets to run on a 2-liter engine, and top trims can take advantage of new turbocharged engines. Booyah. This while the middle trims run on the same engines that they did in the previous model years. Now that we got that out of the way, some pros and cons on this 2021 Mazda 3, as well as how it stacks up against the Civic and Corolla. Pro, multiple engine choices.
The 2.0 sedan, which is the most basic Mazda 3 available, uses a 2-liter engine with variable valve timing in 4 cylinders. That engine generates 155 horses, 150 pound-feet of torque. Like the 2.0 sedan, the 2.0S sedan has a 4-cylinder under the hood. It's larger than the other with a displacement of 2.5 liters. The engines that are powered by turbocharged engines are marked with a turbo on their trim name, obviously. These engines also have displacements of 2.5 liters. Being turbocharged means that these engines are much more spirited. Horsepower goes up from 186 to 227, and torque increases from 186 to 310 pound-feet of torque. Call Grandma. Whether someone gets the sedan or hatchback, the Mazda 3 has an athletic vibe to it. It starts out with LED headlights, a front grille that has a matte finish, and 16-inch wheels. On the higher end of the spectrum, the car can be upgraded with signature LED headlights, side mirrors that have turn signals, a glossy black front grille, a spoiler in the rear, and 18-inch wheels with a black finish. The curves built into the car make it aerodynamic and almost futuristic.
Pro, it feels sporty.
The Mazda 3 doesn't necessarily need tons of horsepower to feel agile. It's close to the ground and relatively compact. It has a 6-speed sport automatic transmission. It feels lively, especially if you get the turbo model like I have. Select trims have paddle shifters on the steering wheel, and using these can be exciting if you like that, whether you're going to the open highway or just running errands around town.
Now the hatchback has one big advantage over our sedan, and that is in the cargo space category. Whereas the hatchback has 20 cubic feet of cargo, we have just over 13. Another pro, the seats feel premium.
The seats inside are supportive and comfortable. Mid-level trims are upgraded with the leatherette sport seats that look upscale. Heated front seats start to be found at the preferred level, and with this trim, there's also power adjustable driver's seat with lumbar support and a memory function. The Premium Plus trim, which we have, features perforated leather sport seats that look refined and sophisticated.
Here's a con, a small back seat. I'm 5'11", this is my position as a driver up front, and my knees are right against it, even though they have a bit of an indent in the back of the seat. There is an indent in the roof line, giving me a little bit of space up here, but it's still kind of cramped, even though these seats themselves are comfortable. Pro smart key. The vehicle's locked right now, but since I have the key with me, put my hand on the handle, it unlocks. Smart key. Another pro, lots of safety tech.
For being such an economical choice, it has a lot of driver assist technologies built in. Even the base model comes with adaptive cruise control, automatic high beams, and systems that can warn you when you're inadvertently driving in other lanes. Sometimes the car can actually steer itself back into position. It can also hit the brakes if it seems like you aren't paying attention and might hit the car in front of you. The Select level is the first one in which blind spot and rear cross traffic monitoring are included.
Here's a bummer, no manual transmission offered with the sedan. Here's a pro and con, a twofer if you will. Everything is pretty conveniently laid out for you and reachable from the driver's seat, but you have just one USB port to plug in and no wireless charging pad. Here's a pro, the all-wheel drive improves your traction.
There aren't too many compact cars that are set up with all-wheel drive, which helps this vehicle stand out from the competition. The all-wheel drive is available on most trims and can make a significant difference when you're dealing with rough or snowy conditions or trying to maintain proper traction with the road.
Con? No seat ventilation. Even here in our Premium Plus, we have heated seats, which is great on a day like this, but it would be nice to have the option of ventilated front seats. Here's a pro, an impressive infotainment system.
Now this comes with an 8.8-inch center display regardless of the trim you choose. In the lowest trims, there's HD radio, Pandora radio, and Bluetooth. All of the other Mazda 3 trims are equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. At the premium level, there are some noticeable improvements to the system. The car can be upgraded with 12 speakers and Centerpoint 2 technology, and it has Sirius XM satellite radio and navigation.
And now a couple of thoughts and notes on how this vehicle stacks up against the 21 Honda Civic and 2021 Toyota Corolla.
Let's first compare it to the Honda Civic, which can be a hatchback or a sedan like the Mazda 3. It can also be a coupe. What it can't be is an all-wheel drive vehicle, so advantage to the Mazda. That's one of the biggest ways that the Honda differs from the Mazda. The Civic is priced a bit higher, and many of its trims don't compete to what the Mazda offers in terms of power. Speaking of power, another advantage over the Corolla. Mazda wins in the Toyota matchup with their compact cars. The turbo version of ours outperforms the Corolla, and its base engine manages to edge out the base engine of the Corolla. In addition, there's slightly more second-row legroom in our vehicle, surprisingly, than in the Corolla.
So the starting MSRP on a 2021 Mazda 3 is $20,500, whereas our 2.5 turbo starts at $30,000. I hope you found that helpful and useful in your car research process. Until next time, I'm Dave Erickson. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time. Adios. One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time.